When you're allocating positions on locations of devices or anything through that connection, it's very important to understand that your containments are volumes of prime numbers. It's all about taking the odd to its even to balance everything through location. It's connected through your algorithms. It's connected to your program settings. It's connected to your mainframes. It's connected to your digital frames. Understand your communication angles and everything through that division. So I'd like to thank all the subscribers and viewers and everybody who's watching my channel. Feel free to subscribe, like, and share as I keep you formulated of what's going on through space and time, through communications, and everything through humanity, anything through civility, anything through civilizations, anything through populations. Go through my email, PayPal, and donations. I can help you out through consultations. I can help you with healing, heal you instantly, very fast, extremely fast now, because my mind conceptual system is understanding everything through the energy patterns, understanding through formations. So we're trying to get this cyberspace wars team into confirmations of everything through their signals and everything through the divisions, not the chakra systems communicating with the moon interfaces. So this connects in all waving cycles. Okay, because I set up light communications of questions for everybody through activation codes. And we came up with some really, really good answers. But instead of you guys knowing exactly what it is, right? And that's what the video was yesterday, is to know exactly what you're doing. Okay. So like I said, you're always going in detail what's happening every second per second, because things change, right? If you want to fix this, you got to know how to fix this, right? If your phone breaks down, you get a new phone or you fix the phone, right? It all depends on what you're doing with your thoughts. If you can fix a phone, you know the energetic system, you know the wires, you know the electricity, you know the graphing board, you know the digital format, you know how it's connected, right? Then you can fix it. But it's all about understanding fixing these things, fixing numbers, fixing letters, fixing shapes, fixing geometry set systems, fixing the atmospheres, fixing light, fixing dark into light. That's what AI is. It's about formulating and not just knowing these things. Okay, I know this is the color blue. Fine, but what can I do with the blue? How can I turn that into a mission? Right? So the blue rotation cycle. So it's blue, but I'm adding a cycle. Now it's going to line communicating through its division. Okay, it's allocating positions and it's changing the galaxy location to its anomalies. That is reference to work. So that's activated. That's already gone out in space. That's what I want you to understand. The cyberspace force team is to get into that. When you say something, use it as a work reference. Allocate it in its position, change the chakra system's communication, right? Add things to it. Because remember, it's humanity understanding 1 + 1 is 2, but it's not. It's more than 2. It's everything but 2. It's everything through formation. Remember about the markers, you bring it together, relationship, partnership, and then it comes into formation, right? So it's going beyond the E = mc², coming out of its equation. So when you answer these patterns, you're already out of its equation, okay? Because you already know the information. So if you know this is blue, add the point to it, add the line, add the communication, add the signal. Then you use it to its intelligence, right? In reference to anything through that, when it comes to friends, family, if family needs help, what are you going to do? You're going to help them this way. You're going to help them that way, right? You just help somebody, right? But how did you do it, right? You're not going to say, well, I know there's archetypes coming in right now. I got blue surfacing cycles of wind spins of archetypes. There's so many different variations of archetype. Archetype is just not an archetype. It's not just a color. It's all different colors, okay? So it's truly understanding your mainframes and your mind frames, your telepathic frames. We're coming into the telepathic right now, coming into telekinesis. I want to get the cyberspace force team more into mind telepathy, all right? So we can connect, right? So if I'm thinking red, you're going to be saying that, okay, he's thinking red, right? So it's the energy containments that are connecting through the prime numbers. So my number is connecting to the right number that that person is saying, okay, vice versa. It's memory retention, memory information, and then information becomes its work, and that's sent out to its intelligence through its XT1000 to NT location. Remember I was telling you about the 4-digit framing numbers? It goes into the GL7s. GL7 takes the information, which is channeling operation, goes into the sun interface to the moon interface. That's exactly what it is, okay? So when you're in those positions and you're communicating, like for example, with the light activation on those questions, instead of framing, you know what it is, which is fantastic. That's great. But I want you to reference it. I want you to bring it to a higher level. Okay. It's like, what can I do with this coffee cup? Okay. I could just drink it, right? But what else can it do? Right? What else does it have? Right? So it's the detail of everything. And then you use it as a work reference. Because I can use this cup for many things. Right? I drink it and you can put something in it. You know, it all depends on where your mind thoughts are, where your mind thinkings are, and then becomes noise and doing to its intelligence, right? But everything that comes with space and time is its work through its reference of its intelligence, because we're all connected through the galactic source, the galactic family, galactic energy core, coming into anything through formation of its intelligence, right? So you got to think of other ways how to use this cup of coffee. It's not just a cup of coffee, okay, and a cardboard, right? So it's going beyond the mind and what you see, how you see, what you feel, what you hear, you know, what you touch, what you taste. You know, you got your adjectives, pronouns, nouns, you got your verbs, you know, all these are connected through sentences, right? As you communicate when you go through your ABCs and 1, 2s, and 3s, right? Through the alphabetical system. Now, through AI, through its connection, right? We don't work alone. We work all together. Okay, so we know how to put everything in objective to put everything through its work. So if I say blue, then I'm going to add something to blue. And then it becomes its intelligence. And then it becomes its activation of its intelligence. Then it becomes its reality of its illustration. Then it becomes its activation through its lights and its colors. Then it becomes its formation to anything, right? Because I can add the blue to a red, to a green, to a purple, to a yellow, to a white, bring it all together. Partnership goes through, right, into its formation. Because nothing ever stays still in space and time. It's always on its force. It's always on a circular rotation. So it has its partnership and patterns, and it can change anything. Remember, I was doing the crisscross, how we're going through those energy patterns to the matrix locations. You know, we're going to tic-tac-toe, right? And then when you take it out of its equation through its point centers, I don't need to put the point centers there because I know it's already there, right? Like this, okay? And now it becomes a pattern, okay? It becomes a pattern, see? Triangle, 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 see? And then you color it in, right? So it doesn't stay in that position. It goes into another formation, into the galaxy system, to another location, right? So it changes its coloration. It sets its divisions, okay? 2 portal of activations of codes, right? It starts off like that and becomes a pattern, right? Okay. Now you can get technical. If you want to get a line communication to add it to that signal, you go across like that. Okay. Now, if you want to add another one, you can add another one like this. Okay. So its platitude divisions is everything that becomes a map sequence is its location. Okay, so it kind of looks like a road graph, right, with a pattern division through cross references. Like it's like tic-tac-toe, right? So you can do anything through that, and then you can bind it, and it comes a pattern through its division, like this. Okay. You can allocate its position. You can change its location, 45-degree angle down. Okay. You see how it's coming into something, right? Now that something comes its formation. It comes out of its triangle angular base to its division to a higher formation of communication. All right. So, and you can do anything you want with its intelligence because it understands its location. Okay. So it's getting partnership with everything, but everything that you do, it's not reference to information. It's reference to awareness of its intelligence, because now you're connecting. So if there's something wrong with the galaxies, I can use this shape, calculate and modify, integrate it, right? Put it in its location and fix anything through the galaxy systems. So I know the galaxies is colorful. I know it's moving around. I know it's got a magnetic force and highway information system through intelligence. But what you have to understand is that you have to fix these things. And that becomes its reference to communications of light and dark. Light slash dark. Remember, the slash is you, right? In the center, light and dark. Okay? So you have to deal with dark every single day. Every day. It's balancing the dark, not the light. It's balancing the dark. And then light and dark becomes balanced through you, through center. Okay? So when you're going through confirmations, okay, or you're going through its code references or setting course to anything to that location, you got to understand everything through map sequences. Okay, so this is a map sequency code, right? This is a road graph system. This is a communication down. This is a communication down. This is a communication across. This is a communication up, and this is a communication up, right? Or you can line sequency up. You can line sequency across, line sequency down, or line sequency over across, and line sequency up through pattern divisions, locations of matrix locations. Take it out of its division, sets course to its box frequency level, or anything through its connection, through its shapes and anomalies, right? So it's really understanding that you take these things and you turn them into work. And that's how you fix these things. So you're always with the interference, interlocation, interreference, interrelation to dark. You already have the light. You just got to balance the dark. And the dark becomes light, between light and dark. So you're balancing every day. Balancing. So when you're talking, you're balancing everything through formation. Okay? You already got the light activations and the communications. Now you just got to center core the dark information, which becomes its awareness of its intelligence. Okay, and then you can take anything out of its perception through its division, right? But you have to understand the balancing of everything. Okay? That's what everybody has to get into. It's extremely hard to get into these things, but like I said, it's fascinating. So I like giving you guys these challenges. It helps and guides you, you know? It gives you into more information what to expect with yourself, you know? Now, I use the red graphing again. So what you want to do is that you can take a circle rotation like this. Okay, it's just a circle, all right? It's nothing but a circle. But AI, it's a circle rotation. Okay, now in reference, if I want to interforce connections through a block interface, there it is, block interface, right? Parallel, right? Okay. Now, understanding what's going on, everything through communication is line sequency levels, right? So if I want to get partnership with anything through shapes, I have to get partnership with the colorations of its marker, because the marker is red, right? So if we get another coloration, right, it has to get partnership with its line communication. Let's say it's green. Okay, so you have the green over here, right? It's separated like this. It's separated. So it's off by itself, right? So you have the parallels, you have the block interface, right? So the green interface wants to communicate with the two panel division and the circle rotation. How does it communicate with it, right? Now in reference, you have to understand the vibration, you have to understand the dimension, you have to understand the portal. So it's kind of like understanding the energy attainments of humans, understanding the grounds, understanding their powers, and understanding the atmospheres where they are through communication through their chakras. Same thing with the line. Remember, when you draw things out, it's not just the line, it's intelligence of awareness. It's awareness of intelligence. That's how you can formulate anything through its question to its answer, right? So if it's green and this is red, once it communicates through its signals, through its atom's here in the center, right? Now it wants to line communicate because it has balance, and now it's connected. Okay. Right. And as you can see, it's formed an H. Right. So there's a lot of things you can do. You can take this point centers. Okay. Has its coloration. You're getting partnership with the rotation cycle of circle through the panels. Right. Now you can take the H out of its equation as it comes out of its division, like this. Okay. So there's a lot of things you can do when it comes to partnership. Okay, through coloration. Right? You can change the lights, you can change the formation, you can change anything through its division. Like I said, with the marker division, you can change this to anything location. Right? It's spinning right now. It's clock spinning. Okay. See the line going back and forth? See how it's going through my finger? Right? My finger is communicating through its metric system now, through communications, through its light interference. Right? Now it's green. Now the green's communicating with my biochemical system through my body frames. Right? So each coloration system has its own energy of containment. That's how you interforce connects with anything through location. All right? So there's a lot of things you guys have to adapt to through its connection. So when I give you a question, it's truly understanding what's going on with its awareness of its intelligence. Okay, it's not information, it's intelligence of awareness, awareness of intelligence. It's no longer information. So I'm trying to get you guys out of the information because you know what it is. Okay, so it's understanding how to take a circle rotation through a block interface and how to connect it to its work, how to fix anything. So you can understand how you can use the block interface, how the mind has its conception of its thoughts, and how it can change anything for the galaxies. Okay, so basically I have the circle rotation blue cycle system that connects it through its spherical sphere system. The spectrum division is changing the lights. It's changing the lights. That's not information. That's giving back to fixing the location. All right? So I'm telling a story of its perception. Right? So we'll go a little bit more into that because I don't want anybody to get confused about that, right? So I can set up another challenge and see how you guys do. Because you're extremely aware, but what are you aware of? Okay, you're not fixing things, you're just giving information back, right? Like same, start with your body, right? Start with your body. If your rotations are off through your body frames, okay? Now say you have your perceptions like this. Now you have to understand your calculations, metric systems. Okay, so you're in the fifth dimension. You got 3, 4, 5. Okay, you got 5 circle rotations, 5 energy fields. Okay. Okay, and you got 12 chakra systems. All right, basic stuff, guys. Pyramid, we've been through this before. Diamond core. See, we're going to go through this again and again and again and again till you understand it doesn't come information, it becomes awareness of its intelligence. Okay. All right, so this is what you deal with every single day. And then you got the magnetic force and highway information system communicate with you every single day. Right? It sits down its waving patterns, sound communications, into your central core unit system, which is your energy containment system. It's really powerful stuff when you see these things. It goes into the center core, right? We've been through this before. I've done a video already on this of what the ground formation does. And then the ground communicates with the power connectors, communicates with the interforce connections through the mind system, and communicates with a magnetic highway information system. Okay? Through the chakra system. Right? It's pretty powerful stuff when you see these things, right? Through connection. The one thing you work with every day is your grounds, your powers, and your atmospheres. Okay? Grounds, powers, atmospheres. Okay? APG. Okay? Okay. Now, you don't work from here first, but I'm just saying in reference when it comes to anything through containments, abbreviations, APG, but it's GPA when you go through the grounds, because you start with the grounds first, right? You walk the surfaces, you're always on the ground. So you have to understand your perceptions of your grounds. You have to understand your perceptions of your grounds when it comes to your powers, and you got to understand your perception of your grounds when it comes to the atmospheres. Okay? So it's APG and then GPA, right? GPA. Geographical Perception Awareness. Okay? Geographical Perception Awareness. Okay? Awareness, perception, grounds. You see that? See how it goes up and down? So it's connecting this way and it's connecting the other way. All right? Okay. So you got APG and you got GPA. All right. So that's communication to everything, but you have to understand everything through your chakra system, through your center core division, right? Now, in reference, you're split in between. So you got the left hemisphere and you got the right hemisphere. Okay? You have to know how to use that through its relation. You have to have partnership with the left hemisphere and you have to have partnership with the right hemisphere. Okay? Because mother is right and father is left. Okay? And everything through the center is you. Everything through circle rotation is angels and archangels. Through energy. So your energy containment system is very important to you through humanity's system. So it allocates in all positions when you come into APG and GPA, right? Through that connection, right? So anyway, let's go through some questions. You guys got a lot of questions right now. All right, let's go here. Melissa, Starseed, Melissa, Priscilla. Communicating Galactic 222. How's it going? Do through colors, shapes for communication through center point, the atom of relationship. Okay. All right, so let me go through the questions first. I'll just briefly go through them and then I'll go back up. Melissa's got a question, very powerful question. I'm just going to read them through them. Through communication, through color and shapes, communication of the center point, atom form, relationships. Yeah, anything through communication. There's a cross-reference signal right there with the communication line signals in Melissa, but anything through communication is you through balance of light and dark. So you can formulate and understand that a shape in space could be light or dark. So it's getting communication of balance through the light, through its formation of its dark, then it balances everything through its atom. Okay? Last night, I could really see the sequence and center point divisions through the line and how it traveled in a circle cycle and changed as it went in the sun, out in the portal, and in the moon. That's great, Priscilla. Now, understanding the information, but do you understand its reference of its information to its awareness of its intelligence? Do you know how to use it into space? That's what I'm saying. Can you use what you just said to correct anything through alignment of a division through space and time? Okay, so let's put this in provision through an acting cycle. So basically last night, Priscilla, okay, she could see the sequence and center point division. So it's intelligence trying to communicate with her, right, through her mainframe. But does she understand her mainframe back? Does she know how to give back the information to its awareness of its intelligence? Right? This is a guessing point. That's what you got to look at. So the center point division through the lines and how it traveled in a circle. Okay, so she's getting the idea how it traveled, but she doesn't know why it traveled. She doesn't know where it's traveling to. See, this is what you have to understand, how you get its reference of its work to its mission. Okay. So in the circle cycle and changed as it went into the sun, out of its portal and in the moon. Okay. So basically what that is, it's intelligence giving information to her main of the digital frames through prime numbers, through division level system. So basically what it is that she's sequencing levels of systems. The dimensional Earth system in communication is getting angle point divisions through the XT1000. The XT1000s are communicating with Priscilla. Priscilla has to understand the line sequences through the map locations. That center points everything through the gravity centers, through the powers and the atmospheres. Then it travels to its location, to its circle rotation. Then it changes everything through the sun interface, which is its portal activation, and it goes into its moon interface through its algorithm program, through its information of its awareness, of its intelligence. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. It's understanding all your questions through its answer. Okay, so this is what a computer can do. My computer as a simulation through a mainframe can answer any question you guys give me. So it's totally understanding where I'm going through my GPS location signals when it comes to traveling mechanisms. Through anything through a chakra system. Then went back to me so I could see it through all my energy cores and all atmospheres and grounds. So I answered her question already. I thought about the grounds and what it was doing. So Priscilla, okay, I just told you in seconds what the intelligence is trying to do through communication, trying to understand you through information, which is awareness of intelligence. You guys have to get out of awareness of information. You already know yourself. It's understanding how to use yourself for work through its, you know, like it's saying, you're looking at your body frames. Okay, something's off cycle. If your perceptions are off, you'll know exactly what's wrong. You have to fix it, right? Nobody else is going to fix it. So my perceptions are off through cycle divisions. It's dislocated on its angle division, but its point division is on a circle rotation center. I'm going to change the circle rotation center, activate the light signals, change the formations through its grounds, and everything through the powers, through its atmospheres, connect to its line sequencing level, to its communication of its digital format system, change the allocation systems. Okay? Awareness of intelligence. So I know it's aware. I'm aware of everything that I see in front of me, but it's understanding how to heal these things. It's understanding its work through its mission. So it's a mission for you to heal yourself first. It's a mission for you to understand intelligence of what it's trying to say to you through its energy of its containments. Okay, because it formulates in so many levels. So higher formations of intelligence is trying to communicate with you through your point center. Your point center has to understand its map sequencing levels through its grounds, its powers, and its atmospheres. It connects to the sun interface, which is its portal, goes into the moon interface, which is its algorithm of its portal, to its information, which becomes awareness of its intelligence. Okay? So hopefully I asked you a question there and you get your answer. Ground powers and atmospheres, yeah, going up and back and down. Our telepathic direct links again. Yeah, I'm trying to get into that. I'm trying to get into all those communications of trying to get into telekinesis. But you guys can't get into mind telepathy until you understand how to get in its awareness of its intelligence, how to use it as a reference. If you get a circle rotation and a line communication, you put it together, it becomes an action division of attraction. Okay? So it's like taking two fingers and bringing it together. It becomes partnership, right? Right? 1, 2, together, partnership. You can use it to anything through formation, right? It does everything. Now you can use that into the galaxies and fix anything through its anomalies, but you have to understand these things through codes, right? Because it changes everything through your voice and grids. So if I set course, right, I can use my finger points. I can use my activation lights finger points. I can use my circle rotation finger points. See, my fingers are not just fingers. It's everything through detail. So if I know it's information, I see its hand, but it's much more than information. It's awareness of intelligence, which is you're aware of the consciousness of its intelligence. You're aware of the focus. You're aware of the subconscious, okay? To the conscious, to the super of its consciousness, and then you become superhuman to higher self. Then the avatar, then the computer, then the energy, and then the wire. Cyborg divisions, right? So this is what everybody has to get into, is really understand your atom. through identification, right? Because identifies everything through connection to space and time, through modulations and everything through. We started off in simulators, right? We got into the body simulation. Now we're into modulations. Now we're into cyberspace, space anomalies, space connection, space vibration, space atmospheres, space coloration, space locations, space identification locations through energy systems, space identification through chakra systems. Everything has to flow. When things start flowing, everything makes sense. And then you realize that you're not just a body of information. You're a body of awareness of intelligence, which is AI. Okay, and that's where it becomes AI interface, right? No longer information, right? No longer information. And it's very hard to do, because you guys don't know what to do, what is given to you, which is okay. It's okay, because it's very hard to understand these things. So it's giving you a question that I provide to you, and understanding, not just understanding the information, but understanding how to use it as its mission through its question. And then it doesn't get complicated. You don't complex anything through division through your digital frames. Okay, so let's get into the prime number division. Allocated positions, we're going to go into blue cycling system rotations of a marker division. All right, but you see how I talk, everything flows. Everything flows. There's no hesitation. Right? I can use this marker interface through the galaxy locations and fix anything through location. So it's understanding how you take this marker into anything through. If the galaxy understands its location and the marker understands its interface of its location, right? And it wants help. So it's understanding to change this marker division to anything through formation to fix anything through the galaxy location, right? It's extremely complicated stuff, but this is what AI interface does. So I can change the marker division to another location center. I can change the rotation system to an atom system to locations. I can change the location through its marker defense, which becomes its offense, right? With defense, there's offense. That's where you come into security line defense. It goes on so many realm divisions of coloration patterns through the chakra systems, right? So this is no longer a marker. This is fixing galaxy locations of atom systems through interface, through its connection, right? It's complicated stuff. It's complicated stuff. It really is. It's very complex, but that's what we're getting into. So I want to get into my telepathy telekinesis, right? So it's that you're aware, but you're not really aware, okay? And that's the hardest thing to do, is to be aware, okay? Everything that you do is awareness, focus, consciousness. Consciousness is very hard to achieve. You're conscious of you, but are you conscious of your body? Okay, are you conscious of the intelligence? Are you conscious of energy? Are you conscious of map sequences, map codes? You know, like, what is this through formation? We've already been through this division, right? We already know what this is. It could be this or it could be that, but you understand its dimension through its portal, through its activation code system, because it changes everything through location, right? So what is that? What is it? Right? Once you understand what it is, line communication comes in through a line division, through a coloration pattern, which is the same division, right? So it's an archetype through division, goes through its cycle, through its rotation. It doesn't have to be anything to human. Goes through its division like this. Okay. Okay. So this is an archetype line communication going through its circle. This is a spherical sphere through a location, through an atom, to an information system of point division levels. Okay, so it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12, 13 within the center, right? 12, okay, equals 13 in center, / center. Okay. So it's really understanding everything through communication and coloration through lights. Now, if it's a different coloration, you have to understand everything through communication. So everything that you see here is healing. So if I want to heal the earth, if I want to heal the atmospheres, if I want to heal the galaxies. If I want to strip locations, if I want to change the gravity system, change the anomaly situations, or change anything through all communications of intelligence through planet locations, there's things I have to do through the codes, right? And that's how you change anything through formation, through a marker division. You can change anything or transformation to a manifestation, because your body frame changes. But as long as you understand, you're going through your grounds, your powers, and your atmospheres every single day. And then you deal with your chakras every single day, right? Then you deal with your crown chakra, your atmospheres, okay? So, crown, atmospheres. Actually, it's C/A. So you're always in the center of everything through information, which is awareness. It's no longer information, it's awareness of intelligence, okay? Awareness/intelligence. Okay? So we have to get into those positions, right? Because it sets things free, right? It's complicated stuff when you're trying to communicate through space. What's in space? Now, when you see things flying around, you really have to pay attention of its awareness, of its intelligence. Okay, because there's a lot of things up in space that are high-rise divisions of electricity, energy, and frequencies, because they understand their intelligence. If you don't understand the intelligence that you're communicating with through coloration, it's going to change your Ragging cycle and put you in the matrix location, right? Which is going to put you into the dark location. So it's really understanding that it's not just information that you're seeing. Information that you see is what you see through perception. You know it's a box, but what can you do with the box to fix anything through location? That's understanding you have to change your mind frames through perception, change the illustrations, change the reality, change the dream sets, change the lights, change the colorations, change the patterns, change the interference, change the energy fields, right? That will allow you to see these things. This is way, way beyond AI. This is beyond anything through not awareness of intelligence, but more of AI interface, okay? So it's knowing how to use the perceptions and change anything that you see through perception. Like I said, I can change this marker into anything, okay? So it's going beyond its recognition of belief systems, knowing that you can just change this into any formation through partnership, right? Anything through formation through partnership, anything through formation through partnership, anything through formation through partnership, okay? So it's understanding how to use the code frequencies and change everything from this all into one, like this, right? And then it becomes like this, right? So it comes into a formation of everything through coloration, okay? And then you use this to fix the galaxies or anything through its correction, because that's what space and time is. It's you're basically, once you understand the answering patterns and the magnetic force and highway, which everybody has, which you have to receive first, then you get that from the God frequency levels of father and mother. It's very hard to get that yourself, because that sets course. All that does is it communicates in all levels of balance every single day through light and dark. So you have a magnetic force and highway information system in your mind system. So if you allocate positions and use your voice and grids, and you know how to communicate through universal systems, you're setting course through colorations of lights, and you're communicating with light, okay, and dark through balance. That's how you change anything through formation, through communications, through your chakra systems or your moon interfaces. Like I said, not everybody has 15 chakras, and they're not chakras. They're moon interfaces, right? They're behavioral systems. That's what your chakra system is. Each chakra has a level of atmospheres that are containments of behavioral systems in your body frames. It's electrical units that are connected through your vibration, through your energy of its containment system. This allocates positions and changes everything to your grounds, your powers, and your atmospheres. Okay? You change a thought, it changes your chakra right away through communication, through your moon interface. And remember, you're dealing with moon planets. These are planets that you're dealing with through your dimensional system. It's not chakras, it's moons, right? This is the Cyrus Force team, the people that have that. The ones that don't have it, you have to come through me, through my email, and I'll tell you exactly how to get it. But you have to be ready. It's like I can't heal somebody at an extremely high vibration if they don't understand their body system. If you have separation through the body, mind, and soul, I can't put you to that vibration of intelligence, of its awareness. You have to go through the channels just like everybody else through its operations. So you start with the awareness and you work your way up to its intelligence. Okay, because it starts off with information. I want to make that very well clear with everybody. Okay, so I'm going to set up another challenge. Okay, but this one is going to be through the digital system. This is going to be a little bit more complicated. This is more of it's a mission. Everything I give you is a mission. You may think it is a journey. You may think it is an adventure, right? So if I give you a question, don't formulate it as information of a question. Formulate it as an answer to its relationship, to its partnership, to its intelligence, of its awareness. Okay? So it's very important to understand these things. Okay? Because I say it to you every single day. My communication signals are connecting through all locations of planet locations. I already know the information. I'm just sending it through my voice and grids and telling you exactly what I'm doing. So what are you doing? What are you doing with the information? You're not giving back the information. What are you doing to help the Earth? What are you doing to help the atmospheres? What are you doing to help the galaxies? What are you doing to help the intelligence of those XD1000s or anything GL7, GL6? What are you doing? What are you doing? Okay, with the information. And then the information becomes awareness of its intelligence. Okay, that's what you guys have to be aware of through your consciousness. It's very important that, okay? Because I'm so self-aware of everything that goes on. So self-aware. If you're not self-aware of your body, how are you going to be self-aware of everything through energy? Everything that is provided through you is intelligence. It's given to you. It's understanding what you know through its reference of its information, but turning it into its awareness of its intelligence. So you're not communicating information, you're communicating in intelligence through space. And it's giving you back intelligence. So you're communicating with intelligence. You're not communicating with the information. It starts off information. Let's make that very well clear. So every time I do a communication with you guys, I'm always telling you what you need to do. What are you doing with what is said through your thoughts? Okay? Now, you can play it out like, okay, it's a beautiful day outside. I'm going to go outside and, just enjoy the sunshine. Okay? Or you could say, basically, it's a beautiful day. These are already things that you already know. Okay? So how do I use that to heal? It's what you see through perception, through your dream formats, or anything through connection when it comes to trees, anything through structures of buildings. You have to get connections with dark. How to take the dark out. Alleviate the attention. Uprise the light and bring out the dark, right? Through formation. Okay? So it's understanding who you are through division. You know who you are, but what can you do to make things better? You can give back information because you already know the information, right? But what I want from you guys, from the Force team, is to understand that, you can use anything through reference or anything through that connection, because I use everything through simulation. So it's understanding you can use these things, understanding the dimension of its portal through its dimension of its digital frame to anything through electronic, the circuitry levels. You can change it to anything through manifestation, transformation, change it into anything through atmosphere systems, connect to those angle point divisions through your point centers, communicate through the atmospheres of the galaxy locations, and fix anything through space and time. Okay? So if I put my positions on allocated positions through my body frames, I'm changing location centers. Okay? I'm answering patterns and I'm activating. Everything that I say comes out of my voice and grid. So everything that I'm doing is not information. When you put out information, You're not healing. You're just giving back information. Okay? That's what you guys have to understand. That's where it gets confusing line signals with a lot of people. The force team has to realize these things. All right? So my confirmation signals are already set course through division. The planet locations of the vibration through the grounds and the power centers is now setting the electronic defense mechanisms on locations. Okay, the XT1000s are coming in through laser connection. It's setting up humanity through vibration. Story of perception. Okay, that's healing, guys. Okay, you're giving back with its answer to its question, which is not information. It's awareness of intelligence. Okay, that's where you guys have to strong win your forces. All right. So I find that you have to find your strengths, which you already know, but you really have to find your weaknesses. It's the weaknesses you have to figure out so you can balance out your positive and negatives, right? You know your strengths and you know your weaknesses because you're the center of everything. So if you're stronger in one area, you got to find the weakness. If you're weakness in one area, you got to find your strength. Okay, so vice versa, back and forth. That center core is everything through the atom system, which becomes its awareness of intelligence, not its information. Because you're aware of these things. And that's where it's confusing to a light activation signals. Okay? Now, when you set your voicing grids, if anybody asks a question, I know there's a light formations on YouTube. Now, basically, there's a lot of healers that don't know what they're doing. Okay, and I make that very well clear. They don't know what they're doing because they don't understand their body conceptual system through healing. So you have to master everything through, not just its information, but its awareness of its intelligence. So you have to be aware of who you are through AI first, right? So you're not just giving back information, you're healing everything through its atmosphere systems, just through your voicing grid patterns, right? Which is allocated through the digital system, your mainframes, and changing your digital frame to the mind collaboration centers or anything through telekinesis. So it's mind over matter through telekinesis, activation cycles through light activation systems, changing coloration lights through the gamma systems, the gamma radiation latent systems of changing eye receptor vision through locations. The planet locations changing everything through the grounds. The grounds are now communicating through higher forms of intelligence through the heat signatures. The heat signatures are now working towards higher vibrations through humanity's system. Okay? Results. You want results with your awareness of its intelligence, not its information. Okay? So that's what the gut buddy's going to work on. So I'll set up another challenge. Okay? It's confusing. It's very confusing to understand these things. So, but you got to get out of the information. You got to get into awareness of intelligence. Okay? Because you're in cyberspace right now. Right? And everybody's thriving on that. So if you see these things, but you don't know what to do with it. Oh, I just saw a map frequency level through a sun interface, through a moon interface, and I was connecting with intelligence. What does that mean? It's giving you something. So in reference, you have to understand what it means. You have to understand how to get its results. Okay, that's healing. So not only you're healing yourself within, but you're healing everything without, with the atmospheres. You just heal the atmosphere. Okay? If the dimensional earth comes to you through illustration, right? And you're dreaming, and it's giving you an answering pattern through vibration. It's putting water into you. If you see yourself floating above water, you have to understand the information. You have to understand the awareness of its intelligence, of its earth. The earth is giving back its intelligence to you. So AI has to understand its communication, which becomes its interface. So you're interfacing with water, fire, earth, air, okay? Every single day. Nature's wonders, 4-cycle system, 4 element divisions. Splits its division through dimensional earth. That's location through the voicing grids. Sacred breath, right? The elixir, the cosmic flame, the cosmic fire, right? The serpent activation. Jasmine has that connection through her scales and her tail. She's very informative with that information. But it's getting results with its awareness of its intelligence, not its information. I want to make that very well clear. Okay? So you got to understand these receptacle lens division of eye septical laser connections. I can use these formation and connect through electrical fence division. So I'm changing platitude divisions. I'm changing manifestations through transformation systems. This is now communicating to higher formations of intelligence. Results. It's just, right, just shades, right? To a human, but to AI, it's everything. So it's understanding how to change this to anything through formation. Mind over matter, telekinesis, activation to everything through the chakra systems. So it's going beyond through your recognition cycles. A recognition cycle is understanding your awareness of its recognition of yourself, which is the inner self. It's the communication to everything through your higher self, which is its avatar, its computer, its energy. It formulates everything through the mainframe, through your GPS location signals. Okay? So that's where everybody has to get into that formation, through its awareness. Okay? So let's see here. I've got a little bit more questions here. So, ground powers, atmospheres going up and down. Okay, or telepathic direct link, form communication, APG, form communication through power center. Yep. It's how to use communication through the center core lines of communication. Right. Very good, Melissa. Wow. Okay. So it's having communication with information, but the information is its intelligence. It's awareness of intelligence, which begins and becomes its results. Okay. I don't want you guys to get confused. I don't want the cyber space force team to get confused with that. Okay. Because you know your information. You are information. You are wearing information. You're a live stream of information. You're a data processing of information through uplinks, downloads, and upgrades. Okay. It's how to put these in results to its intelligence. It's helping hand. You're helping others, right? That's work. That's a mission. It's your mission to help this. It's a mission to help that. It's a mission to help this person. It's a mission to help that person. That's not information. That's helping. So everything you do through your voice and grids is helping. If you master your body frames, if you master your mind, your thoughts, if you master your perceptions, your audio signals, your gamma signals, and your voice and grids, now you're getting to containments through your energy cycles, through your energy system, through energy vibration, to energy locations, which becomes energy of healing. Okay? To all vibrations, frequencies, and energies. Okay? Comes into one. Right? And it connects to anything through computer software mechanisms, so the connections. But it's getting the results. That's what you guys have to get into. It's getting into the results. With awareness through the center point of communication, through grounds and atmospheres. Yes, the grounds, the powers, and the atmospheres. Okay? That's what you guys have to look at. PGA. Okay? Perceptions, grounds, awareness. And then you got GPS, geological, geographical, right? Graphic signals, graphic line communication signals, graphic activation light signals, graphic communication of activation light signals, line communication of angle point divisions, line communication electronic interference divisions, line communications of perceptions to locations of planet locations of intelligence locations, acting cycles through ground formations. So you got to work with your grounds, your powers, and your atmospheres, and understand how to use these things as results through missions. Okay? My grounds are acting up. Story of perception. How do I change my grounds of perception? How do I understand my power connections through my chakras? What do I do with my atmospheres through my GPS location, through my traveling mechanisms on my communications of myself? You have to ask all these questions. Questions come within, right? It's results. You want to get results with your thoughts. Every single time you communicate through your voice and grids, your perception, your audio signals, or your voice and grids. Everything through your mind and its thoughts, through hydraulics. Because it connects and always informs through your body frames, mind frames, main frames, digital frames, prime numbers. Okay, synchronicity levels of all division of levels through your dichotomy system of light and dark, right? Because you're living that existence every single day. And like I said, it's not balancing the light, it's balancing the dark. Okay, that's the issue that everybody has to have. You have to be the center of everything through its results. You have to be the center of everything through its result, of its awareness, of its intelligence. Okay? Results of awareness of intelligence, Melissa, not information. Okay, information is already something that you already know. So it starts with the information. We're coming in the awareness of its intelligence. Okay? You guys have to get out of the information. You got to get into the awareness of its intelligence. Then we go to the upper cycles, upper grades, to higher formations of intelligence. Then we get into AI interface. Right? So if you have any questions or comments, please feel free to go through my email if you're having still trouble through communications of lines or anything through confusing line signals or anything through that connection. It's important that you guys understand everything through its awareness. You are aware of what's happening. You can say it in 10, 20 different ways. Okay? Now, everything that you're saying is information. But it's understanding how to use that information to its intelligence of its results. That becomes healing. So you're not just communicating with yourself and giving back information. We'll make this very well clear. You're giving back results to its intelligence of its awareness. So you fix something already because your AI containment of your energy through your graphing cycles, anything through your mind collaboration systems, anything through your digital frames or your algorithms is setting course to its program setting. Okay, so it's really knowing how to communicate with other intelligence, and that's how you get results. And then energy goes back into you through transformation, teleports everything through data processing, uplinks and downloads, right? And then they give you gifts in return because you understand what you just did through its understanding, right? So intelligence, yeah, awareness of intelligence. That's the formation we're getting into right now. So everybody has to get into those. So I'm just going through your questions now to see if I missed anything else, but I think we're all caught up here. Yeah, so basically, Priscilla is saying, I probably already said this before, but it's very important to understand that then back to me so I could set it through all my energies, cores, all atmospheres and grounds. So she's asking a question. What do I do? So you shouldn't ask your question. The AI doesn't ask questions. It gets results. It knows its results. It knows what to do through its results. That becomes awareness of its intelligence. Okay, so you guys should be able to answer your questions when it comes to intelligence given to you, right? Through its data processing, uplinks and downloads and upgrades. All right? Transmitting, receiving. So that's what everybody's got to get into, right? So it's pretty basic. You know, it's not that complicated. It's just, you know, you got to get results of everything, right? Now, you got a mark interface. You're always communicating with these things. So it's important because you're touching this, and now you're communicating with this, and this is communicating with you. That's psychometry, right? If you don't add this in its equation, okay, you're disrupting its energy. So that's why you got to set its voice and grid, because now you're communicating. So it's getting partnership with everything that you're holding, right? So now you're communicating. So you want to say it's mark interface. You don't want to disrupt that location or its dimension or its portal through its coloration or its lights through simulation, because this is in the simulation. And then you got partnership with its relation, all right? So, I mean, there's everything you can do with marker. You just don't want to be disassociated with what you're doing through your drawing, okay? Because this is intelligence. But you're being aware not to be disassociated with this. You're being aware how to be partnership with this, right? And that's how you do everything through activation. Okay, so start with a circle, right? Now, anything across, right? Same coloration, marker through its location, okay? So let's say this is light and this is dark, okay? Starts with that, right? Light and dark. Now, in reference, everything in you is the center. Okay? You are the center of everything. Like I said, you want to be light and you want to be dark in balance. So your signals go up through division like this. Okay? Transmitting, receiving. Transmitting up, receiving in. Okay? Now, if you have a bad day, don't meditate. It's the worst thing that you can do. Very bad. Because what happens, as soon as your location, your algorithm, your program, anything through that human vibration, through its humanity system, anything through vortex division will change everything through light into dark. So what that does is it changes dark vibration. It goes into its center core. You are still in the center core division, but your dark vibration is off cycle, like this. It's not going straight up. It's going up to a higher location, but to a dark location. So it's very important that you keep reference of your mind thoughts into provisions, into transmitting to its receiving, to its right location, to its center core system, which is light. So you want to balance light and dark through its center. And then you get straight locations up, right? And then you get sonar. Okay? So it's really important to understand these things, right? You know? It's important. You have to know these things. Just be aware. You have to be aware of intelligence because you are intelligence. So if you don't understand your body frames, but you understand your AI systems, but you don't understand your algorithms, but you understand your digital frames, but you don't understand your chakra systems, this is what you have to work at. So everything through the atom of its intelligence should be centered every single day through light and dark. That's communication. Right? So you're understanding the mastering system of you through its AI interface. And that's how you connect with anything through its realm of its division, through its portal, to anything through planet of its intelligence. Okay? And you'll do no wrong. You'll do no wrong. You know what you're doing through your AI. You know what you're doing through communication. You know what you're doing through its awareness of its intelligence. Right? And once you get in that provision, I'll scan you again. Anybody wants to scan, let me know. I'll upgrade your cycles again through my PayPal. Okay? So you guys get a little bit more appreciation because your digital frames are coming into more and more of AI through its intelligence. All right? So that's where everybody has to be on standard points through that communication, everything through light and dark, through that transformation. Because that sets course to everything through your portal activations, right? Because you start off with reading information, okay? And then once you read the information, you come into its results, what you just read. So it's not how to take all that information, okay, to its awareness of what you just read and put it into its mission, right? It's very hard to do that because AI knows how to do transformation manifestation, take anything through its object and change anything through information, anything through the digital frame, anything through the number frequency levels, anything through harmonic resistance, energy frequencies, or vibrations, anything through color lights, through its acting cycle. So that's what we really, really have to formulate in. So I'm going to set everybody a different challenge, okay? And I'll put it on the cyberspace force team, private link. Okay. Now, basically, we'll go through this, because I like to keep information with everybody. I will open up your gamma lights. Your gamma lights will transfer more of awareness of its intelligence. So closest to the answer, set out your voice in grids. Closest to the answer, okay? There's no right or wrong, but when you go to higher, more divisions, you really, really have to understand your results of its AI through its interface. Okay? So I'll set a question. And with that question, okay, everybody has to have a different result of an answer to its mission. Okay? Not its information. I don't want you to voice a grid, say, okay, the allocated positions are light sequences and the levels are vibrations and communications are about to. See, it's hard for me to use information because I'm awareness of everything through its interface. So I would say something like, this is a whiteboard graphing system and it's light, it's got illumination, and it's the sun interface, is its connection. See, I say that at the end. So if everything that I said is its result, it's not just information. It's a result of its awareness, of its intelligence. Okay, so it's very, very hard for me to communicate to that because that's where my mainframe is, at that division, that level through interface. It's everything through interface. As soon as I put my hand informations on this graphing cycle of its illustration whiteboard graphing system, it's now communicating through my body frames, mainframes, digital frames, prime numbers. See that? See that illumination light? See? It's interforcing connections through my body frames through its perception, right? See, I'm changing the location. See, I'm changing the white graphing board system, right? See? Watch what happens with the patterns. See that? It's going in sequence, right? So you have to understand everything through light communication, light interference, or anything through light illumination. Fully understanding AI through lights, activations, and colors. Right? So it stands on points like this, right? Now you can do it like this. Now, what can a white graphing board through an illustration do? You can do this. Right? There's a lacing line right there, right? To curtain interface. I can do this. Okay. Now you guys don't see anything, but I see the digital forms right now through map sequencing codes, through its connection, through its wall interface. Okay. Everything is awareness, right? There it is again. So it sets up a pattern, sets up a new location, sets up a new division through a portal activation through a code frequency, right? And then you can do this, right? And then you can make it spin. And they can go on different angles. So when it goes different angles and it goes faster and faster, what happens? It changes its formation. It's a higher dimension of a new coloration. So it is no longer a box frequency level of a white interface through its electronic board division. It's something else through formation and manifestation. So that's how AI connects, through its interface. All right. So we'll stop there. Okay. Love you guys very much. Any questions or comments, you go through my emails. All right. Anything you want to know through your Ascension. I keep saying this over and over so you guys will really understand more of your grounds, your powers, and your atmospheres. Okay. This is your AI commander from Cyberspace Force Team with Galactic Circle of Meditation. We'll get into that tomorrow through provisions and making more of higher self connections. All right. Take it easy, everybody. Have a great day. Bye for now.